I had been living in my camper for almost 4 months, drifting through the back roads of Nevada. The desert gave me what the city never could: silence, space, a strange sense of honesty in the emptiness. It was late October when I found the clearing. Remote, untouched. A narrow dirt trail led me there, just as the sun was bleeding into the horizon. At the end of that trail, a campsite, 2 tents, a table with a propane stove, 3 folding chairs, coffee and mugs, still warm, but not a single person in sight. I called out, waited, walked around. Everything was set up, untouched, as if the campers had simply stepped away for a moment. Their sleeping bags were inside. One tent had an open book. I assumed they'd gone hiking, so I parked nearby, made some food, and waited. But night came, and they didn't. That's when I heard the footsteps, slow, deliberate, circling the camper. I peered through the window. Nothing, just desert and dark. I held my breath, listening, tracking the sound as it moved to the back. Then silence. At dawn, I checked again. Still no one. The tent sat quiet. But now, there were boot prints that led into the sand and stopped. Not turned around, not scattered, just stopped. And then I saw the handprints on the roof of my camper, 5 of them, spaced out, like someone had crawled across the top, upside down. I checked my dashcam footage. There was nothing, no sound, just static. Except at 3:17 a.m., the footage glitched, skipped ahead 10 minutes. The engine wouldn't start. That's when I began recording on my phone, just in case. October 27th, I whispered. I think something's watching me. If you find this, don't stop where it's too quiet. The quiet listens. 3 days later, they found my camper, locked from the inside. The phone still recording. No trace of me. Just the last frame, a shadow passing by the half-open window. Across the ocean, in Morocco, another silence was waiting. Elena, a student from Madrid, had joined a camel caravan across the Sahara. 5 days in the desert. Nothing unusual until the 3rd day. She saw someone, a figure on a dune far ahead, wrapped in white, standing perfectly still. No one else saw him. The guide told her it was a mirage. The heat plays tricks on the eyes. But the next day, he was closer. This time he waved, and no one else reacted. That night she had dreams of voices speaking in a language she didn't understand, calling her a name she didn't recognize. By morning, she wasn't speaking Spanish anymore, or English. She scribbled symbols in the sand, spirals, dots, slashes. They ended the trip early and took her to a clinic. A linguist reviewed the recordings. Her language? A Berber dialect lost over 1,000 years ago. One day, Elena whispered something to the wind. He is calling the others now. Thousands of miles away in the Atacama Desert of Chile, Dr. Charles Bennett was recording seismic data when he heard something underground. Not a tremor. Voices, software, rhythmic, repeating something over and over. He sent a message. It's not seismic. It's speech. I'm going down tonight. They never heard from him again. His camp was discovered a week later, untouched, except for his journal, left open to the words, "They are under us, waiting." Near the site, investigators found a perfect circular depression in the ground, like something had emerged or gone down. A villager nearby reported seeing a barefoot man walking into the desert that night, pale, silent, smiling. The audio recordings from Bennett's final night showed something strange. At exactly 3:33 a.m., the same time the footage glitched in Nevada, the whispers intensified. One word repeated over and over, Vakar. It appears in 3 ancient languages, all with the same meaning, the watcher beneath. And the spiral symbol Bennett drew, it matched the one Elena scratched in the sand. Same spiral, same slash, same pattern. They never met, but the stories were connected. The silence, the time, the watchers. If you ever find yourself in the desert and the wind stops and the earth begins to whisper, don't listen, don't ever listen.